Hi everyone, and in this video we are going to continue our learning with the join statement, and in this video we are actually going to look at the full outer join, which actually gives you the result of all rows from both the tables with matches where possible. What does this mean? Is that if you look at the Venn diagram, we have table A and we have table B. We are taking these two tables and we are just creating a new table, not really a new table, but we're taking the columns from table A, we're taking the column from table B, and we are getting that as an output in our SQL editor. Now, one catch here is that it is also mapping with the key column that we are giving up. So if you remember from the previous video when we were doing the inner joins and we were trying to understand, every time we do a join, we give them a key column, right? If we give our SQL a key column where it tries to match. So when we run a full outer join that gives us all the rows from both the tables, it is also going to map all the key IDs from table A and table B. So let us go to our PG admin and try to write this. So we are going to say select star from customer table, and we are going to say full outer join on which table. We are going to use our payments table. I think it's plural. No, it's singular. On payments table. Okay. We are taking the customer table and we're doing a full outer join on the payment table. And what is the next task? Our next task is to give the key column. So from our customer table, customer dot customer underscore ID should be equal to payment dot customer underscore ID. Let's run it. You now see in the results, that is data output, we have customer ID, store ID, first name, last name. And if you scroll to the right, we also have payment ID, customer ID, staff ID. So it has taken the columns from customer table, and it has also taken all the columns from the payment table and given you in the output. The one thing to note here that it has also tried to map the data with respect to the key column that we have given, that is customer ID. So here if you see in the beginning we have customer ID 341, 341, 341 and then 342. Over here if you scroll to the right in the payments table, we also have customer ID, and it has tried to map with the customer ID from the payment table also. So it is giving us results from both the tables, and it has tried to match the data with respect to the key column. The other thing what we could also do with this full outer join is to find the values in the table that is unique to a particular table. Now here you can see we have a Venn diagram where we have the data from table A and we have the data from table B, but we do not have the data that is common to both table A and table B. You could also understand this as this is an inverse of inner join. In inner join, we would have the data that is in the white section. But if we want to run a query where we get the unique values that exist only in table A and in B, what we could do is we could use our same query, that is full outer join. And after we map the key column, we can write where customer, that is table name dot customer underscore ID is null, or payment dot payment underscore ID. You see we have a payment ID in the payment table, that is payment underscore ID is null. Let us run it and see the results. Is going to be blank. So let us try to understand what is actually happening here. You see, when we are trying to join customer table with the payment table, there's going to be some columns, there's going to be some rows in the customer table that does not exist in the payment table, whereas there's going to be some data in the payments table that does not exist in the customer table. So when that happens, SQL assign null values to those locations. So that is why we are saying find customer ID where it is null and payment ID is null. Now you don't have to take customer ID or payment ID. You could be taking any column. That's not a problem. You could be picking any column from either of the table. Now to understand this, let us look at the data output. We don't have any results in the data output. And why is that? It is because every customer that exists in the customer table has a transaction in the payments table. Or we could also say that every payment data that we have, every customer that exists in the payment table is also in the customer table. That is why we're not getting any value. We're not getting any output. So there are no null values assigned when we add customer table to the payment table. Now you, of course, since this is full outer join, you could also replace customer with payment and payment with customer. It's not going to matter. Although when you do left join and right join, it is going to make a difference. So that is how you perform a full outer join in SQL. So, and if you're watching it for the very first time, it may not be very easy for you to pick it up. So take your time, understand the code that you're writing, try to visualize it, and take a pen and paper and practice it, and write this query in the PG admin. And if you don't get it first couple of times, it is okay. Take a break and then do it the next day. That is all in this video. And in the next video, we're going to learn about left outer join.